Soundarya Lahari Sloka number 13. Naram Varsheeyaamsam Nayanavirasam Narmasu Jadam. Naram Varsheeyaamsam Nayanavirasam Narmasu Jadam. Thavaapaangaalokey Pathithamanudhaavanthi Shathasha. Thavaapaangaalokey Pathithamanudhaavanthi Shathasha. Galaddveneebandhaaha Kuchalakalashavisrasthasichayaa. Galaddveneebandhaaha Kuchalakalashavisrasthasichayaa. Hathaath Thrutyaathkaanchyo Vigalithadukoolaa Yuvathayaha. Hathaath Thrutyaathkaanchyo Vigalithadukoolaa Yuvathayaha. This sloka at the very outset looks very erotic. The literal meaning I have given in writing. Does an ascetic of ascetics who wants to uplift the entire mankind, why should he resort to this kind of eroticism? Is it erotic in the first stance? Soundarya Lahari is a mystic book, mystic poetry. When we interpret it, we should not interpret in the common worldly meanings, because apart from being a saint, mystic, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya is a poet of very high order. So sometimes he uses some of the poems very figuratively. That is what is there in this poem. Let us explore. And mind you, these sacred texts are to be learnt always from a authentic guru. They should not be read on their own, or people of lesser sadhana or understanding. Then there is a scope of plenty of misunderstanding. So let us go on to the meaning of this shloka. Here he says, when the sideward glance of mother falls on any old, incapacitated, ugly and weakling, a lot of damsels who are young go after him effortlessly. That is the meaning. Who is this old, ugly man, weak man, and who are these damsels? The oldest of oldest is supposed to be the Shiva. And Naram Varsheeyaamsam. Varsheeyaamsam means the oldest. And Nayanavirasam, because of his, he has ugly eyes, he has 3 eyes, and they do not look very beautiful. Naram Varsheeyaamsam Nayanavirasam Narmasu Jadam. He is always in penance. He is not arousable. So such kind of a person, when the glance of mother falls, side glance of mother falls, a lot of change takes place in him. And let me tell you a story. This is the story which we find in Devi Bhagavata. It is one of the magnum opus texts dealing with the Leelas of Devi. That is why it is called Devi Bhagavata. This is about the a great rishi called Chavana Maharshi. Now we all know about Chavanaprash. Chavanaprash is the formula given by Chavana Maharshi. This man, a few thousands years ago, he had an ashram in a jungle and was doing penance. And the king of that kingdom came to the forest for hunting along with all his family and his army. On the way, he found Chavana Maharshi's ashram found empty, and he was told that he was doing penance somewhere. So he went along with his hunting activity, and in the evening they returned to the capital city. Then they found that all of the people who went for hunting had their urine and bowels stopped completely, abdomen started bloating, and they were all in pain. Then the king inquired, has anything gone wrong during hunting? Everybody else said nothing unusual happened. But his own beautiful daughter, king's beautiful daughter, came to him and confessed that during hunting near Chavana Maharshi's ashram, she found a ant hill, a big ant hill, and from that something was sparkling. So she put horns and inserted into those sparkling things which she saw in the ant hill. Then the king got suddenly worried, rushed to the place along with the daughter and dismantled that ant hill, only to find an old, ugly Chavana Maharshi with bleeding eyes. Those eyes, what she saw sparkling, were the sparkling eyes of Chavana Maharshi. She did suspect, she didn't realize, and put horns into them. So he bled from the eyes and he lost his sight. So the king profusely apologized, and he wanted to appoint somebody to look after the Chavana Maharshi, because now he can't see, he can't do anything on his own, he requires help. So the daughter of the king said, I am the one who is responsible for it. I am the one who is responsible for it, so I will take care of him. So she got herself married to Chavana Maharshi by force and started taking care of him as a wife in his ashram, looking after him. She was amazed that after that brutal thing, he never cursed her. That is what appealed to her, and she married him and was looking after him. One day, Ashwini twins, the Ashwini Devatas, who are the who are the doctors divine of the all gods, came to him. By a curse, they are not eligible for these arghyas we give in the yajnas. All other gods get their own share of arghyas, but these people are not eligible for it. So they asked Chavana Maharshi whether he can make them eligible for that arghyas like all other gods. He has agreed. So they agreed to make him young and beautiful. So they took him to a river, asked him to bathe in the river and come back, and to their surprise, he returned as a very young, beautiful man with sight. And he also promised and saw that Ashwini Devatas get their archyas in Yajna like all other gods. And this all happened because that sideward glance are the compassion of Devi, a young woman going after a old man. There is another explanation also in Shivananda Lahari. Shivananda Lahari is a twin poem of Soundarya Lahari, written as Shiva as the center of the poem. And in that he mentions about two types of yuvatis, that is young ladies. One is bhakti yuvati and another is mukti yuvati. So when people start sadhana, become old, mature, and a day comes when the sideward glance falls on the devotee, then the bhakti yuvati, there are 9 types of them, 9 types of bhakti, navarasa bhakti, nava vidha bhakti, and they go after him effortlessly and make him a big devotee. Then when the bhakti matures, then the mukti kanta also goes on her own to those who have the compassion of Devi with her sideward glance. So these two yuvatis are not the physical ones. They are one bhakti yuvati in the beginning stage and mukti yuvati at a later stage. Then this head robes, the chest robes, and the other robes falling off is explained by what is called as granthis. In the Kundalini Yoga, along the Sushumna Nadi, there are 3 places where the path gets blocked. After the first 2, Mooladhara and Sahasrara, is there Brahma Granthi. Granthi is a knot. So that is a place where we get attached to our body. Instead of thinking that we are the Atman, we start thinking that we are the body. So when Brahma Granthi Bhedana takes place, that is the first knot. That is what Acharya was speaking, that their lower ropes get loose. That means Brahma Granthi knot has given way and the Kundalini ascent started beyond Brahma Granthi. Then it crosses the Manipura and reaches Anahata. The Anahata, there is what is called as Vishnu Granthi. Vishnu Granthi means we get attached to our minds and thoughts. That means we think we are our own mind stuff. That is, we are our own thoughts and we are our own emotions, not Atma. So by the sideward glance of Devi, when that compassion falls on us, even this knot at the heart gives way. That is what is spoken as the blouse giving way in the shloka. And once we go beyond the body, beyond our mind, we reach the Rudra Granthi. That is, we cross the Vishuddhi Chakra and come to Agnya Chakra. And Agnya Chakra is there, this Rudra Granthi. That is, this is the third knot. The ultimate knot. The ultimate knot is, this is the one which binds us. That is the I-ness. I-ness is ahankara. We think, we in everything. This is mine. I am mine. That kind of ahankara is there in the Rudra Granthi. that ahankara is also broken or gives way as the compassionate sideward glance of mother falls on us, and then Kundalini progresses beyond Agnya Chakra to the Sahasrara, giving us liberation. So, this, what in worldly terms is interpreted as a very erotic poem, has a very deep, mystic, and spiritual meaning. Whether we understand these meanings or not, just don't bother. Recite the sloka in its true spirit, and in each devotee, it evokes a higher plane of consciousness.